What's going on, Jay Sperry? Let's talk about an easy online income stream that you can do right now in 2026. Okay, because you know what it's like. Okay, you want to create an online income stream as like a side income. That's what I wanted to do. I had my business on the side. No, my full-time business here, and I wanted an online income stream to supplement. So you might have a job, and you want something to give you a bit more cash each month. And online, it seems easy because you can kind of do it from home, and then you get into it, and before you realize, you have to create a website. You got to work out what product to sell. You got to deal with customers. That's the worst thing. Let me just tell you a quick story. Like when I started one of my first online income streams on Etsy, it was all good until I started making big numbers, like 5 figures in a month. Then the amount of customers I had to deal with, then I had to hire a VA to deal with the customers. Before you know it, it's just snowballing, and I'm spending more time working out what customers want than actually just building the business and doing what I enjoy, which was at the time was just designing t-shirts and canvas and selling it. Okay, I was firefighting, and to me that's not an online income. You may as well just start a business, like a physical business, because then at least you're getting paid more and you're dealing with the same sort of stress. Okay, to me online income means you kind of separate yourself from it. You provide something of value for someone, they buy it, leave you alone. If you want that sort of thing, we want less stress, more money, then really like what you got to do is look into self-publishing on Amazon. That's what I've been doing for years. And once I found that, then I realized it is very possible to create good money with no stress whatsoever. Let me just tell you about that real quick now in this video. If you've never heard of self-publishing on Amazon, or it's also called Amazon KDP, let me tell you, you don't need to be a writer. You don't need to be an author. Although it was most likely originally made for people that want to self-publish their books like authors, what's happened is the people that are making the most money are the ones like me, just selling very, very easy-going books. Okay, so what you do is you create a book. Now you can just use AI. You create a book, you put it onto Amazon, you self-publish it onto Amazon. This can be done very quick, by the way, in hours. You can do this today. Especially with AI, you can literally create that book, the content for the book in minutes, collate it in Canva in a few hours and have it uploaded onto Amazon today. So it's very, very quick today onto Amazon. And then, so that book sits on Amazon, and when someone buys it, you collect a royalty. Oh, let's just say you're over here. So you created this book, and then it sells on Amazon. You collect a royalty, and Amazon take care of the printing, the delivery, and more importantly, the customers. We don't need to deal with customers. People problems, right? Okay, so this is a great model because one, you just do the work once. You just do this book once, and it can sell over and over. And it's because Amazon are dealing with all this book, all this side of it. That book can keep selling without you doing any work. So if we just look at it as simplest form, just assume that you produced a book, one book, and it starts selling. It is possible when you know the right way, by the way. So one book, it's on Amazon, it's selling over and over again. You've done the work already, and you're just collecting the money now. Now, I actually done this, I've done it recently with one of my test accounts where I just test out beginner strategies, which I'll share with my students and my clients, like people that want to get into this, like beginner level. And I created a book like last year, and I put like $20 in ad spend on it. And it's making $200 every single month. And I haven't touched it. I don't even barely touch that account. I just leave it running now. Every single month's $200. So imagine you do the work once, you put it on there, and then you forget about it. It's royalties you're collecting. You're not selling, you're not printing, you're not delivering, you're not dealing with the customer. You're collecting royalties based on creating a book. So Amazon are like, thanks for all the content and the creativity here. Let me pay you a royalty. So that's what Amazon does. And you're like, thank you. I'll take that money. No stress. Like this is the most stress-free. That's why I call it easy. Easy income you can do. Because I've tried, you know, when you go into this, you see people making money online, you're like, and they make it sound simple because they have to. Like if they just started with an ad and said, you got to do all this, people will just switch off. So they have to say, you know, you can easily just do this and create a digital product, sell it online. You can sell a product on Etsy or Shopify or affiliate marketing. Very, very simple. You just do it. And then when you get into it, you realize very, very quickly there's a lot of cogs, a lot of moving parts that you have to deal with. Okay. Now, with this, it's different. It's very, very different. Because if you think in terms of a book, what is a book? Right. Remember, you're only dealing with the book. That's it. You don't need the website. You don't need a social media following. Okay. You don't need to worry about inventory because it is a book. What do you have to deal with the book? You only have to deal with, like, let's call it 3 things. Okay. 3 things. The idea. What's the book going to be about? The actual book. Like creating the book. So that's the cover and the pages. And then marketing the book, ads, just getting people to see the book. So it's just those 3 things. Now this Amazon's a beast, isn't it? Amazon, everyone's got a love-hate relationship with Amazon because they're taking over the world. Not a lot of people like that. But then because they're doing it, they make it so simple for you to do. It's just stupidly simple to create a book and publish it now. Because once you know your idea, most people you could just make that up. If you like dogs, do a book about dogs, right? You use AI to create the info to put in a book, right? And then you run ads, which on Amazon is very, very simple. So it's just those 3 things. Now the beauty is once you've done this, you set it up, that's it. That's your job done for that one book. It's done. And then if it sells, then you don't do anything else. This is why it's so easy to do. Now, if you follow me on this channel, I don't bullshit, okay? I'm going to give you the reality of it, okay? So let's look at the worst case scenario of this, in case you're looking to do this. Okay? Most people are thinking worst case scenario, it's not that easy, Jace. You don't just do one book and it sells, all right? No. If you're a complete beginner, you're right. That's not going to happen. For me, I've had experience in it. I've made a lot of money in it. I know every single one of my books sells every time I publish. So to me, it's a reality. The only difference is I kind of have strategies. I'm here and you're here if you're just getting beginning. There's just that middle bit there is just the strategies, learning it. My students join here. They learn my strategies. They make sales. So it's just knowing what to do, okay? But let's just say you're a complete beginner and you've just come onto this. You're going to use AI and Canva, which again is very, very easy to do, right? And you're going to produce a book. Let's just say you produce your first book. It takes you like a week. I'm going to over-exaggerate everything. It takes you a week to do. You put $20 on ads to test it, and it doesn't sell. Okay, done. Right. I'm just going to assume you're like me. You're not going to give up that easy, okay? You're going to put some work into this because you want it to work. This is the worst case scenario here. Let's say you repeat that 10 times now, yeah? So you're on your 10th book, right? By the time you've published 4 or 5, if you're really going to get into this, you're going to start learning stuff. By default, you're going to start learning stuff and you're going to start researching a few things. Let's just say you do a bit of research. You're watching videos like mine. Of course, you're going to watch videos like mine. And Jace Perry says it's the cover and title that really sell the book. So from book 5 onwards, you're going to create a really good cover and title and keep focusing on that. So by book 10, this book is decent. This book actually sells. You put $20 in, and I'm going to be really conservative now. And I'm going to just say that you're getting $50 profit. Let's just say $50 profit a month. Okay. And it's your 10th book. So now let's see, what have you actually invested into this? So you've invested 9 times books. Okay. If you say a week to do each book, let's just say you've done 2 months. Bring that. So the investment is you've done 2 months of work and you've done $20 to test each book. So let's just say, just call it $200. So that's your investment. But by the end of it, you've got this. You've got a book that's making you $50 every single month and will keep making you $50. You can quit now. You can quit. Within 4 months, that book's paid you back your investment. And everything on top of that's gravy. You're just making money. Like passive. And trust me, I can't think of. I'm sorry with the trust me thing. Trust me, bro. So I say that, but it sounds so salesy. But I can't think of an online income that is as passive as this, because you're aligning yourself with Amazon. Because Amazon's got so much organic traffic through it, so many people, and nearly every one of my students underestimates how much money they can make on Amazon until they suddenly make all that money. Now, one of my students, $1,000 in one book. He was like, what happened? Well, this is the power of Amazon, because we'd say that book makes $50, but come Christmas, that book can make anywhere from 5 to 10 times, even 20 times on top of that. So that book could be making 250 to, what's 20 times? 10 times is 5 to 1,000 in just that month in Christmas, because it's Christmas, okay? But assuming it doesn't, worst case scenario, it only makes you $50 a month. You've put in 2 months of work, you've put in $200, and you've got something that's paying you $50 profit every single month after like 4 or 5 months, okay? You can see the power, because you do not have to deal with this. There's none of that going forward. It is literally, you've put the money and investment in, and now it's paying you every single month back, and it will do that because I've done it over and over and over and over and over and over again, and I'm doing it now with a new account, and that's the way it works. That's the way it works with Amazon when you get all the strategies right. Okay, so all you need to do, like, to take something away from this video, if this is brand new to you, you never know, you've never even heard of this, all you need to do is remember, just concentrate on these 3 things. Simple, free. Don't need to worry about websites. You don't need to worry about social media following. You don't need to worry about what product to sell. You don't need to worry about customers after the book's done. Inventory, returns, none of that. Just these 3 things. Just focus on that and get that book published. And then you could, after a bit of time, after a few books, once you learn the system a bit better, create a book that's just making you money over and over again without you doing anything, without the stress. And so that's why I think self-publishing on Amazon is the easiest online income you can get right now. So I hope to see you on there. Subscribe for more videos. Cheers.